I'm a little depressed. I'm a little depressed. I thought we were going to be at Texas OU this Saturday, but those plans changed. Nevertheless, it is a big game. Texas, Oklahoma, Saturday, high noon Eastern time kickoff on ABC. You know how sometimes they say throw the records out the window? Our buddies over on Solid Verbal have always had a really fun soundbite with that. Throw the records out the window in this game. Well, you kind of do. In Texas OU, you kind of do. Now, I'm not saying the favorite doesn't normally win the game or anything like that. I am saying if you have an agnostic sports fan in your life, they don't necessarily know much about college football, but they love sports in general. If you don't tell them what the records are and you just show them this game Saturday, it will be wildly entertaining. This has every given Saturday written all over it, even though we're not taking the tour to the game. I was at this game last year. It blew my mind. Unbelievable. Best, look at Lee Corso in the B-roll. Best atmosphere out there. So what I'm saying is this game exists on its own planet. Look how tense I am when I'm talking about it. I'm like a prisoner eating a sandwich. It exists on its own planet. And if you forget for a second that they're a pair of two-loss teams, big pride game here. Big pride game. I will encourage you to do something that nobody else in our industry is going to encourage you to do this week. Forget about quarterback. Just forget about it. We think Quinn Ewers is going to start for Texas. We have no clue whether Dylan Gabriel is going to start for Oklahoma. My bet is he doesn't. But just do me a favor for a second. If you want to know how this game is actually going to be won, forget about quarterback for a second. I have some helpful stats. I have a guide for you here. Oklahoma defensively. Excuse me. Close your ears if you're an Oklahoma fan. Okay, welcome back to the rest of you. Oklahoma defensively. Yards per carry allowed, last in the Big 12. Rush yards allowed per game, last in the Big 12. Runs of 10-plus yards allowed, last in the Big 12. Rushing touchdowns allowed, guess where they are? Last in the Big 12. It's been a bad time, as of late, to be a Sooner fan. Feels like just 3 weeks ago, because it was, that they splattered Nebraska all over Lincoln. And then things got real in a hurry when Big 12 play started. Bijan Robinson, Texas running back, is fully capable of doing what Max Duggan's doing here. Difference is he does not run with his fist clenched. Bijan Robinson runs like he's been in the open field before. And so he is second in the Big 12 right now in rush yards per game. If Bijan Robinson just plays his game Saturday, I would suggest to you that Texas need not throw the ball more than 15 times. They will, probably. They wouldn't need to. Last year, Texas got up big in this game. So there will be nothing taken for granted because Oklahoma just stormed back. Bijan Robinson has forced 46 missed tackles this year. Oklahoma missed 20 of them last week. So you see how the matchups quickly start to tilt the way of Texas, and it makes you understand that, along with the potential second-string quarterback dynamic there for Oklahoma, why this line is all the way up to Texas -7. There's a way, though. I didn't say 27. I said 7. The spread is a touchdown here. Far crazier things have and will happen this Saturday alone. Here's the path for Oklahoma. They have to hit explosive plays. It's the same way it always is in this game. Now, this is where quarterback very much does matter because it's a different game, probably, if Dylan Gabriel is not your starter. But Oklahoma as a team, they have the most plays of 20-plus yards. They have the most explosive plays in the Big 12. They have to answer on the ground, though. You're thinking about explosive plays, and your mind always goes to pass plays. No, it doesn't have to be that. Listen, I'm at this game last year, and I'm watching Oklahoma, and, they have the scoreboard where they do the comparative stats, and they keep updating them. Bijan Robinson had an incredible run early in this game. So the early default is Texas is going to outrun Oklahoma. Oklahoma had a 339 to 128 rushing yardage edge by the end of this game last year. Oh, they're fully capable of running the ball. That's actually what they have to do. OU is 14th in the FBS in rushing offense. They're capable of it. And especially if there's any pride in that locker room, and this I can't account for, at least numerically. I can't quantify this part. If there's any pride, I would hope that we saw it last week answering the K-State loss. We didn't. But if there's any pride coming off back-to-back embarrassing losses, buddy, this is where it shows up. And all of a sudden, if there is pride in that locker room, and Oklahoma does start running the ball a little bit, and who knows, force a couple of turnovers, unlikely, but not impossible, but That's how you're watching this in the second half, and you're saying, how is this the same team that lost to TCU and lost to Kansas State? The answer will be it's not the same team. A team you get 12 versions of. And so the one you see this Saturday, once that game's over, you wad it up, you throw it in the bin, you're done with them. Point being, every given Saturday, you can get one of these results, and we will. So the last time OU lost 3 straight games, which they are in danger of doing right now, is 1998. Do we think history, at least millennium-based history, is going to be made this Saturday in Dallas? What does the model think? What does Vegas think? You see that Texas is favored by 7. That is right in line with what we think. We've got Texas minus 6.5. No real feel on, obviously, a strong lean either way there. Here's where I'm going. I think that this will be competitive. I think that there will come a time where you start to see discernible edges for Texas, namely on the ground. And then I think that when Texas starts to bend this game their way in the second half, there will be the fresh memory of last year, and there will be no relenting. There will be no letting up. And I think Texas is going to end up stretching this and getting what's pretty rare here, and that's a double-digit win. I'm going to take Texas to win. I'm going to take Texas to cover, and you'll have a 2-loss team winning the game here regardless. But if Texas is a 2-loss team, but they were competitive against Bama early, and now they get their quarterback back that was injured in that game, and they beat OU, it's just an entirely new outlook on the season. You just, basically you hit reset, and your odds to win the Big 12 going into this weekend are in order: Oak State, Kansas State, and Texas. Texas is still the 3rd odds-on favorite to win the Big 12. Why is that? Only one of their losses is in conference. And it's a very, very tightly compacted conference out there. So I'm taking Texas to win. Don't embarrass me. Please don't embarrass me. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Make sure you like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Not just for me. That's how we keep this entire thing free.